right, I'm here with Vince, Chang, and Vinny. Your last name is
Chiu.
Vinny Chiu.
What's up?
The hosts and the founders of DubzAgainstTheWorld. All right.
Chiu.
Two.
Second time around.
Crazy.
And we're here at SOMArts. It's actually going on back there. You guys can hear it. And I wanted to give you guys some background on this entire event. So tell us, how did, in as many words as you like, I mean, how did DubzAgainstTheWorld get started last year?
I'll let you get started, man.
Well, I've been doing basketball shows for a few years now, conscious basketball. And it was mainly based in Asia, just doing basketball shows in general. And eventually, as a brand, as a team, we wanted to, bring it back to America. That's ultimately where NBA is, sports culture. So I was originally trying to do a Kobe show, trying to find a place in LA, and he was doing another show. Like they started to get into like the whole event show, show world.
Yeah.
So we collaborated there.
Well, I mean, my thing is that with Kitsy Studios, we're trying to throw pop-up event shows, and so we want to incorporate not just art, but also the entertainment factor, where it's a limited engagement, weekend only type of thing, right? And so on my show back in our first show in LA, I was around Miyazaki, and then Vince is one of my boys, and I saw his work before, so very talented, wanted to incorporate him in there. So he started working with us, and he did this sick no-face KD Kevin Durant piece, right? And so he knows, just going back, like from our relationships, I'm a huge, sneakerhead, basketball fan. I love art, and so being up in the Bay Area, being a sports fan, he's like, yo, let's link up. Let's do a Warriors type of show. So I mean, at that point, it wasn't even DubzAgainstTheWorld. It was something.
Yeah.
It was called WoW or something. I don't even remember. But yeah.
There was a few options.
Yeah. But it was just crazy how everything. Yeah.
It was basketball related. And
no, the first show was actually completely different. It was like Totoro. So it was a Japanese animator that started like the Walt Disney of Japan, right? So totally different topic. But then Vince incorporated one of his KD pieces, but he had like the no face thing, where it was called like this. What was the name called?
Well, it's called a Spirit Snatcher.
Yeah.
Right, Spirit Snatcher.
Yeah.
Inspired from Spirit to the Way.
Wow.
The Ghibli
I've actually
studio
seen
film.
that.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
yes,
Crazy
came
film.
from that.
Yeah. But yeah, we were working together, and then we were like, all right, so like his artwork and the crew that he rolls with is just so sick, and I'm like, all right, we can definitely try to expand this, right? Try to make it bigger, try to incorporate, just different aspects, make it more interactive and everything.
Sweet. How many years ago was that?
This was a year and a half.
Yeah.
So my art show was back in August of 2016. Yeah, and
So
then
it happened pretty quick.
Yeah, and then right afterwards he was talking to me about it. I'm like, I'm so tired. I don't know if I can do this. But,
August, let's do it. So September, I came up here and looked for venues. This place was it, and then we started prepping. Prepping, and the show was the following April.
Yeah.
That's my next question: is how did you pick this venue, and what attracted to you?
We went through a couple of them.
Yeah, we went through a couple. I mean, the thing about San Francisco, it's such a great city, but as you know, it's so damn expensive here. It's crazy expensive here. So, finding a place that was big enough, that was also, the numbers got to work, right? It got to be in our budget, because some of these places were asking like 20 G's a night. But great thing about SOMArts is that they're, they work with nonprofits, and they also work with the community people. So since we're partnering with a lot of nonprofits, like Welcome Home Sanctuary and also Boys and Girls Club, and also trying to build around community, they're able to really work with us and in order to make it happen. Because if not, man, this is quite a production. It's just hard. It'd be really hard.
I have the utmost respect for people who put on events, because I run basketball leagues, and it's tough to get everybody to show up at the same place at a certain time.
It's like
the coordination of things, like so much goes into it.
Yeah.
So.
I also want to say thank you for making it affordable.
Yeah,
I mean, $5.
Yeah,
that's
for kids.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so we wanted to make it a family-friendly.
Kids
Family-friendly event. That was the biggest thing, make it for the family. So like tomorrow during the day, Saturday, Sunday during the day, you'll start seeing you come in, Warrior fans at like 3-4 years old, and seeing that and how excited they get to see all the stuff. I mean, that's really cool, and just being able to see the reaction.
Right?
Than
your regular artists.
Yeah. So I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's all about bringing the community together, all the artists together, all Warrior fans, like right before the playoffs, get this thing started. So excited, very excited.
All right, one last thing. I just got to ask, what is you can't pick your own, and I'm going to try and add to this video your own pieces, but obviously, what's your favorite that's not your own? You can't pick your own. This is just like in the NBA.
No, I already know.
You got to pick your all-stars.
This one's easy.
Pieces. My favorite piece besides myself.
Yeah, you could. I guess you could pick up to 5. You're all NBA team here if you wanted to.
I mean, by artists, I mean Hyper 3. This stuff is
Beast.
just default.
Always,
you know what I mean? We have his work as our.
He's
promo
one of the
image.
first, right?
Yeah.
He's one of the first,
sick.
and promo image, like his anime style, is like really attractive. So that was it's pretty perfect for like a promo image.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Other ones, we got the local artist Peace Out Art, Pang. He's really good. He got that sci-fi series, that epic DubzAgainstTheWorld. You know, that huge piece right there. So those are probably amongst my favorite, like the best.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, Hyper 3 and Ping Zhao, again, they're those, like Ping Zhao's, that, how he took that whole Dubs Against the World theme and just brought it to the next level, where it's like futuristic sci-fi, but it's also sort of like Greek mythology and just all the detail and everything. I mean, that blew me away. And the sunset, that's crazy.
And I mean, in terms of the Dubs Against the World theme, I actually had a few artists, you know, like they do custom concepts for the show. And I was like, why don't you just do a Dubs Against the World theme?
Yeah, like Bob Lian, it's
Bob Lian did one, you know what I mean? And in order to do that, it has to be an epic piece, because the idea is to have all Warriors and all NBA going at each other, so it has to be a big piece. And a few of them took up that challenge.
Yeah.
And
they
what
killed
they
it.
Yeah, they just killed it. Like, and that's another thing. Like after last year, most of the artists, I would say, just stepped up their game across the board in their art pieces, you know, because they've done it, they've seen it, they know what to expect, stepped up their game, and just make the show that much more epic.
Well, I think the thing that was funny was that, you know, talking to the artists last year and that them not knowing really what they were going to get into, like what the whole event was going to be like, and then like we incorporate so much like pop culture, like, you know, part of the rumor mills behind things, so it's not even just like basketball players on the court, right? It's like, you know, familiar faces like KD, Curry, you know, LeBron, everything that you know on the court, but it's expanded outside of pop culture to like, you know, rumor mill stuff, trade stuff, you know, just the dramas. And so it takes it to that next level and adds that more depth to it. But what happened was that, like, you know, people last year when they saw like, oh, this is what we can do, this is how crazy you're gonna let us get, and so like when we came to them with this, they're like, all right, we can do this, we can do this, and it just
and that goes to my communication with all these artists. You know, they're like, oh, so one by one, all right, let's talk about your content. You know, what do you have for us? You know, so go back and forth, and when they ask me what I want from them, I'm just like, just go all out. You know, give me something crazy, give me something that's out there that you know that's you've never done before, people never seen before. You know, and there's no limits to it. You know what I mean? So and they all stepped up.
Yeah.
Out there, what can you tell me about the layout? You told me a little bit before.
Oh, this is him right here. This is the genius behind that work.
In terms of the layout, for the show, second time around, we try to keep things the same scale, the same structure, but just improve upon quality. You know, adding more details, more variety in the content. You know, more canvases, more sculptures, more originals. Just improve on the quality overall, right? And in terms of display, like I was speaking to earlier, there's definitely thoughts on how I lay things out, how I group things. You know, it becomes like an experience. You know, it's not just come here in art show and see art, but it's like an overall. You know, like one of the great feedback last year was, oh, it took me a couple rounds to kind of see all the details that pick up. And the reason for that is each piece has a story, each piece has a theme, each piece has a lot to digest.
Again, not just like them being on the basketball court, right?
Imagine
Things
you're
that you gotta step up.
going around and just consuming, absorbing, you look full. And you're just like, wow. Right?
That's
and
all
those is like kind of by design. You know what I mean? You put, and like I was saying, you put contrast on different colors here. You know, the dark versus the cute. You know what I mean? Make that contrast. You know, just little contrast, and overall it just become a big like interesting, you know, appealing event, like an experience.
He said all that, and that's amazing, and it ties everything together, but I can't believe you didn't mention the huge wall wrap. So the huge 27 by 10 wall wrap. So last year we had this one wall with a wall wrap that everybody started taking the Instagram pictures in front of. We were like, that's awesome. And this year there's like, let's step it up with the wall wraps, because that was such a good thing. So, you know, I'm thinking, you know, maybe double the size. This dude got greedy. He's like, let's triple this thing. So we went from 8 feet by 10 feet to like about 27 feet, and just
that's
right when you walk in, it just hits you in the face, right?
And again, you realize that again when you do the shows, you're not just looking at art. You're creating an experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And experience come from being blown away, being wow. And that one is just.
Let's dive a little bit deeper into that one. Who actually painted that? Like someone has to come in.
Well, it's all on it's printed on vinyl wrap, and then it's installation. Yeah, so but it's very because the thing is that this piece is so big that you actually got to print sheets of it. So the thing is, you got to line up everything so it's seamless, so it looks seamless and everything. Yeah, but
hours, like half a day at least,
no, it
just do one side.
Yeah, I mean,
it's got to be very expensive too.
Again, that's why that wall wrap when he's like, I want to go big. I'm like, that sounds dope, but all right, let's see the budget.
How many people did it take to do that?
Oh, I mean, it was three people all day. Yeah, it took all day.
A lot goes into it because the boxes aren't even, the ground is not even, so to line them up, to get them connect all correctly, it's an expertise. Man.
But do you know what's also cool though? I mean, since we're dealing with like, Golden State Warriors, NBA and everything, these guys are like larger than life in person. We wanted to translate that into the art, right? And that was a big part of it with the vinyl wrap is like you walk in as like these guys are large, right? It hits you in the face just like it would be if you're sitting courtside.
I mean,
right?
last year the promo image, people come in and see that, wow, okay, this one got bigger one, but on the flip side, there's another one, another time. That was the goal. So
that's nice. Yeah. And speaking of which, you mentioned that JaVale came by last year. Hopefully he'll come by this year. Jordan Bell maybe, because
I mean he's been hitting over on the DM. He's been hitting us on the DM, man. So I mean,
some stickers himself. So I was like, yo, come get some, got you.
We're trying to play a little hard to get. We can't give it up a little too easy right now. We're trying to, so hopefully they swing by.
I mean, if they like art, they know they can't miss this, man. So.
It's incredible.
I mean, Clay knows about it for sure. So the team knows about it, but it's it's playoff time, so we get it if things are busy. But yeah, it'd be cool if they came by though, for real.
Hey Vince, you're from where exactly?
Originally from Virginia, but I've been just all over the place. Asia, I currently live in New York, and I'm out here in California last 2 months to prep for the show. So all over.
Vinny, your Bay Area.
Well, I've been around for 7 years in the Bay Area, but I'm actually originally from Boston.
I feel for you, man.
The winters are brutal, but I mean. But yeah, it's been moving to California has been one of the best experiences in my life. Yeah, and just again, one of the things is like people ask me like, why don't you do this in Boston? Why don't you do this like the Celtics and they got history, they're good and everything. But I'm like, the Bay Area is just a whole different level when it comes to art appreciation and just like this type of things. And just again, just like that diehard fans and everything. So I think that there's very few. I mean, there's a lot of places where there's NBA fans, but to get embraced like how we've been through like the Bay Area, it's just like it's been overwhelming.
Yeah, the passion level, like the energy level, the vibe, it's just different, man. It's different. I think it's even more than it's a team they love, just how people are here in the Bay
lifestyle.
Area. I feel like,
so. That's very interesting how you guys noticed that. That's pretty cool.
And it's very apparent. That's the thing. Like more than one artist tell me that because they do events like all over the place. They're like San Francisco people like just hit me up. When are you coming back? Blah blah blah. It's just like it's just different. Like,
and that's why I knew like when he approached me with the idea of collaborating, seeing his crew and who he rolls with and the talent he rolls with, and I'm just knowing the Bay and everything. I was like, all right, we can make this work.
It wasn't no brainer.
Yeah, it was just glad again. This is. I'm so happy with how this turned out, man. And just the cool people and talented artists and just the fans that you meet throughout the whole process. I mean, that's really what's, makes it all worth it.
Well, thank you, guys.
No, thank you. No, thank you for making it out, man. Pleasure.
Good work. Keep it up, and I can't wait till 3.
Yeah, it's got to breathe first a little bit.